I just created a complete sales offer in literally 2 minutes. I mean, it would have cost, back in the day, not that long ago, $5,000 to hire a copywriter, taking them 2 weeks, and I literally did it in 2 minutes. And here's the thing. It's not just fast, it converts better than most expensive copy that I've actually seen. Because I'm using the exact framework that billion-dollar marketers use. Same system that, guys like Alex Hormozi uses. Kern and Dean Graziosi, these are the best at the best. And I'm going to show you the entire thing, including the AI prompt that you can copy. All right, let's go. Here's what I constantly see with Australian business owners. I mean, you've got a great service, that you can help people, but your offers, well, they just sit there, right? You put an ad up, nothing happens. You send an email, and literally, it's crickets. You create a landing page, 2 people click if you're lucky, and you think, well, maybe I need better copywriting. So you look at hiring somebody, $5,000 minimum, 2-week turnaround, and they literally ask you 100 questions you don't know how to answer. Why? Because that's kind of not what you do. You run your business. Or, even worse, you try to do it yourself. You stare at a blank page, you write something that sounds like literally every other business. Stuff like, we're a reputable company that looking, to provide quality service. I've seen that line like 100 times. Mate, that's not an offer, that's a sleeping pill. Now, here's a real problem. It's because you're probably not following a system. You're guessing, and in business, guessing costs you money and time literally every single day. So let me show you what's actually been working. There's a framework, and it's called Impact. And I've used this over and over again. Literally over 100 businesses have used this to create offers that actually convert. Now, this isn't something I've just made up. This is reverse engineered from the best in the world. Alex Hormozi, as an example, is a $100 million business owner. He uses the exact structure. Guys like Kern that I've hung out with, right? It's the coolest, right? One of the top copywriters alive. This is his DNA. Dean Graziosi, he's the billion-dollar guy I've worked with, actually personally. Same framework, right? Why? Because they work. It's simple. Now, impact stands for 6 things, and I'm going to break down every single one for you. Let's start with I. Identify the transformation. M. Maximize perceived value. P. Package the solution. A. Address objections. C. Create urgency. And T. Trigger action. Spells impact. 6 steps, that's it. You follow this, your offers will convert. You ignore this, and then you keep wondering why nobody's buying. Now, let me show you exactly how this works. First thing is this. You need to understand what you're actually selling. You're not really selling a service. You're not really selling a product. You're selling a transformation, right? They buy something from you, something happens. From pain to gain. From the before state to an after state. Think about it like this. A tradie actually isn't selling a renovation. They're selling the transformation from my house is outdated and embarrassing to I love walking through my front door. A baker actually isn't selling donuts. They're selling the transformation from, boring beach day to an Instagram-worthy vacation moment. And somebody, let's say an NDIS, they're not actually selling admin services. They're selling the transformation from burnt out at midnight doing paperwork to actually spending time with clients because that's their job. See the difference? So, step 1, write these 2 things down. What's the pain your customer is in right now? Be specific, not, they need help. What does their day actually look like? What are they frustrated about? And what's the dream outcome? After they work with you, what does their life look like? Yep, you guessed it. That's the transformation. Do you see? That's let's call it the secret sauce. It's not about your product or your service. It's how you can transform, what happens to them. That's what you're actually selling. Now, we need to make the transformation feel real and feel valuable. All right, here's 3 ways you can do this. First, show the outcome clearly. Don't just say better results. Say something like, you're going to save 15 hours a week, or you'll fill your calendar with quality leads. Second, prove that it works. Show me evidence, testimonials, case studies, real numbers for real people. Third, show them how fast they actually get the results, because people actually care about speed. Get results in 30 days beats, comprehensive long-term program. See where I'm going with this, right? You've got to show people what they're about to get and how quick the outcome can be. Now, here's what most people actually get wrong. They list features. We have a 5-step process. We use premium materials. We have 20 years experience. And to be honest, not really a lot of people care about this. They care about what those features mean for them. So turn features into outcomes. 5-step process becomes, you'll know exactly what happens next at every stage. No surprises. Premium materials actually become what? Your innovation will still look perfect in 10 years. 20 years experience becomes, we've solved the exact problem 200 times. We know every shortcut. See, that's maximizing what? The perceived value. This is where you get to create what they're actually buying, your core offer. But here's the trick. You add value without adding cost. And that's called value stacking. You've seen this in things like infomercials. You get the thing, plus, the bonuses, plus the guidebook, plus the templates, plus the, steak knives, right? They do it because why? It works. People actually buy this, right? Now, for a tradie, maybe your package is, the renovation, plus a 5-year warranty, plus a detailed maintenance guide, plus priority booking for future work. For a bakery, maybe it's, a box of 6 donuts, plus a free barista coffee, plus a photo guide for your Instagram-worthy shots. For someone that supports, let's say, NDIS and their services, admin management, plus 50 free support calls, plus a custom process audit. See, you're not spending any more money. You're just packaging what you already do in a way that feels more valuable. Now, here's the key. It's really, really important to make it feel like it's a no-brainer, right? They should look at your offer and think, how's this even possible at this price? And that's actually called good packaging. Every person has reasons that they don't buy. You need to handle those before they actually even ask. Now, here's usually what the 4 key objections are, right? Price objection. It's too expensive. Well, you can handle this with value stacking. Show them actually what they get. Compare it to the alternative. Time objections. I don't have time for this. Well, show them how you actually make it simple, how you handle the heavy lifting. And then there's usually a trust objection. I don't know if I can trust you. Well, this is where all the proof comes in, the testimonials and the guarantees, the track record. And then usually a fit objection. Will this actually work for me? Well, you can show them specific results for people just like them. Be clear about who this is for. Don't make them guess. Answer these questions in your offer before they actually ask. You need to give the people what? A reason to act now, not bloody later, and do it right now. Now, usually there's 3 types of urgency that work. Something like a time-based, offer ends in 14 days. Work if you actually mean it, don't fake this, right? Make sure it's right. Scarcity-based, only 10 spots available. Again, has to be real. If you can serve unlimited people, don't pretend you can't. Opportunity-based, maybe, winter pricing ends, in May 31st or, tied to seasons or event. Here's what doesn't work. Fake countdowns, timers, resets, fake scarcity. People smell that actually from a bloody kilometre away. If you can't create real urgency, don't force it, right? But think about whether, you actually have limited capacity. Most businesses do. And use that. Tell them exactly what to do next. This may sound actually obvious, but for most offers, this is where they fail. They build all of this value, then they say, contact us or learn more. Well, that's kind of weak, right? Now, finally, it's important to be specific. Click here to book your free strategy call. Download the guide. Schedule your site inspection. One clear action. Make it easy. Remove friction. And here's a tip. Use a button, literally. Book your call now. It's a big button. Converts better than click here and text. to be honest, right? People need to be told what to do. So tell them. That's impact. 6 steps. Every offer you create should hit all 6. Sound cool? Now, let me show you how you do this in literally 30 seconds with AI. I've created a prompt. You can copy this exact prompt and I'll show you where to get it. Watch how fast this is. I'm going to create an offer for an NDIS business. Admin services for providers who are drowning in their paperwork. Now, here's what the prompt does, so you'll get an idea of it. It asks you questions one at a time. What are you selling? What's your ideal customer? What's their main problem? What's the dream outcome? What's the price? Are there any bonuses or guarantees? Is there urgency? Where will this run? And all you have to do is you just answer the questions. See, it builds this offer using the impact framework. Let me show you exactly what it creates. Check it out. Now, here's the headline. Admin, in NDIS, admin overload, reclaim your time and end burnout now. This is kind of what the copy looks like. You're running an NDIS business, juggling clients, staff, compliance, and paperwork that just keeps piling up. Every late invoice, lost form, missed deadlines drain your energy, leaving you burnt out and stuck in your office instead of growing your business. Well, here's a solution. Our admin services handle your paperwork, scheduling, and compliance from A to Z. So you can focus on clients' growth and life outside the office. Now, here's the value stack. Plus, for a limited time, we're going to give you 50 free calls to help your team streamline operations. Here's a social proof. Insert your testimonials here. Here's your guarantee. If you're not fully satisfied in 30 days, we'll give you a full refund. No questions asked. And, yep, you guessed it. Here's the urgency. Offer ends in 10 days. And the call to action. Book your free call now. That's a complete offer, generated literally in 2 minutes. You can see that on screen. So following the exact impact framework. And it gives you multiple versions. Short version for ads, medium version for emails, long version for landing pages, story version for social media. Plus you get some headline variations. How cool is this, right? Plus a call to action option. Plus images, all that type of stuff. It's pretty amazing. Everything you need to test offers fast. This would have cost you literally $5,000. I know I've paid it and taken 2 weeks with a copywriter, and you've just done it in 2 minutes. So how do you use this? Well, first, understand this framework works for any business. It doesn't matter what you sell. Trade business, create offers for different services. Kitchen rental offer, bathroom offer, full house offer. Hospitality, you can create offers for different occasions. Birthday packages, corporate catering, weekend specials. For consulting, you can create offers for different outcomes. Strategy package, implementation package, ongoing support. It's always using the same framework that I've created. You can test different offers and then, well, you see what converts. This is how the big guys do it. You've got to refine this and test it. Now, here's what I've seen in one of my own business called Call My Leads. Literally, we're using the exact framework for our lead generation services. Yeah, you're right, we do appointment setting and calling. We're running ads right now. We're getting about 3 to 5 leads per day. The cost per lead is literally under $40 using this exact framework. The offer, well, 50 free calls, 50 free leads. It's a simple value stack, clear transformation, handles price objection by giving massive value up front, and it's converting at about 10%. Every new client worth anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 a month, average 6-month commitment. You do the math. Spend $400 on ads to make $8,000 over 6 months. It's pretty cool, right? That works. Why? Because the offer works. And the offer works because it follows impact. And you can literally do the same thing. Different business, same framework. Look, here's what I know after 15 years of working with Australian businesses. Most owners are brilliant at what they do. They really are. You really are. You know your craft. You really deliver great results. You care for people. But they just struggle with offers because this isn't something that you train in. They don't know how to package, what they do in a way that makes people want to buy their, service or their product. And it costs them money. every single day. You could have the best service in your area, but if your offer is weak, nobody knows about it. This framework fixes that. Impact. 6 steps every time. And with the AI, I just showed you, you can create offers faster than ever. Test more. Find what works. Scale what converts. This is how it works. No one's got the magic bullet, and they're lying if they tell you they do. Now, I work with business owners on exactly this, building systematic approaches to growth, simplifying what's complex, structuring what's chaotic. If you want help implementing this in your business, I run preview sessions where we go deep on your specific situation. Look at your offers, find the gaps, build a strategy. You can check this out at upcoach.com.au. But even if you don't want to work with me, just use this framework. Impact. It works. Identify the transformation. Maximize perceived value. Package your solution. Address objections. Create urgency. Trigger action. That's how you create offers that convert. That's how you stop guessing and start growing. I'm Nick Sala. Thanks for watching.